We live.
No. Oh, yes, we are.
Hey, hey, hey. We are back once again. Welcome to the Year of the Black Entrepreneur, day two, which also means February the 2nd, which also means that there are 26 days left after tonight in the month of February. And we could not be more excited to have you with us. We want to give you a few moments to share, to comment, tell us who you are, where you are calling or joining us from. Put your business in the chat. This is 28 days highlighting Black entrepreneurs, and we honored and to honor you on tonight. So if you will, again, take the time to share this with someone who you may know, who may be inspired. Jermaine, how are you, dear? David, what's happening? We love the music too. Someone that may be inspired by this movement, this program called the Year of the Black Entrepreneur. And again, if you are a business owner, give us your name, where you're joining us from, put your business name, your social media handle in the chat, and let us know what's going on. Talk to us out there. We are excited to be bringing to you the 28 days highlighting Black entrepreneurship. So we thought tonight for night two, last night, Angela and I, she's working behind the scenes, just had a conversation as to, how we've gotten up to this point, how we've joined. Bro, what's going on, man? Britt, what's happening, cousin? How we've arrived to this point of the Year of the Black Entrepreneur. And tonight, I wanted to give build a little more foundation about the Year of the Black Entrepreneur and what we're up to and why you should be involved. And let me say this right from the beginning, because some of you may not be able to stay with us these few minutes. But if you have not already done so, go out to ybehub.com. Trina, how are you, dear? Yes. Terry, thank you for joining us. Yes. ybehub.com. It'll come across the screen here right now. And take a look around at the website for the Year of the Black Entrepreneur. And if you see value, if you feel so compelled, we want to ask you to join the membership. Join tonight. And then join us for our YBE Tuesdays. Every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, we come together as a collective of entrepreneurial minds, and we just serve one another. We just support one another. We pour into one another because we want to see entrepreneurs win. That is what we are all about and exactly why we are here. So again, ybehub.com. This is the Year of the Black Entrepreneur, and we are promoting 28 days, the month of February, in honor of Black History Month, 28 days of highlighting Black entrepreneurs. Hear about it a little bit, right? What's this thing I've been hearing, this buzz, Year of the Black Entrepreneur? You know, somebody told us earlier today, Mr. Marlon Smith, one of our partners, and he said, Ryan, you know, you guys had the audacity to call 2021 the Year of the Black Entrepreneur. Who does that? Well, let me tell you why. The Year of the Black Entrepreneur was birthed out of a fierce sense of urgency. You know, Dr. King, who we just celebrated last year, talked about that with his speech in '57 on the Mall in Washington. Talked about this fierce urgency of now and how things just needed to change, and how equity for all and opportunity for all was so unavailable to a certain demographic and population of people. And that fight still happens today, almost 60 years later. We're still in that fight. Over 60 years later, we're still in that fight for equality, for justice. And the Year of the Black Entrepreneur is all about empowering the Black entrepreneur to take its position, to take his or her spot in the ranks of society, to take ownership for their own success. And where, yes, it's great to have others, allies, and supporters around you, but I promise you, you have what it takes to win, not just in business, but also in life. And that's what the Year of the Black Entrepreneur is all about. So our vision is simple. It is to simply redefine Black entrepreneurship. It is going back to the roots, to the foundations from whence we've come. You know, we've heard the stories of success in certain cities. Here locally in Durham, we heard of Black Wall Street. You know, out in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we heard of the thriving, you know, many businesses of Black entrepreneurs. And man, we've been met with so much pushback and conflict, but we've continued to fight. And here we are today. And so, you know, when we talk about redefining Black entrepreneurship, it's really all about taking our power back, taking the control back, leveraging the gifts and talents that God has given you, that God has given us, yes, Kimberly, to win. And so that's what it's all about, Miss Maxine, to win in life. Business is simply a vehicle that gives us the resources to deploy our gifts and talents in exchange for how we can be able to then live our life. You know, we believe that at the Year of the Black Entrepreneur, that we really can create create access and pathways to those opportunities I mentioned earlier that had so longly been unavailable to elevate and then to highlight Black entrepreneurs, to invite those entrepreneurs who are out in the trenches, working day in and day out, the average individuals who, with the community, with the right information, with the right support, can achieve extraordinary results. That is what it is all about. It is inviting you. You know what, man, this thing is hard out here by myself. You know, the vast majority of entrepreneurs are solopreneurs. They're out there doing it all by themselves. And guys, that's hard. But when you can join community of like-minded people, other individuals who will hold you accountable, who will inspire you, who will push you into greatness, then there's nothing that you and I cannot achieve. And so that's what the Year of the Black Entrepreneur is all about. And so we set in motion the solutions to what we believe have been some of the issues plaguing the Black entrepreneurial community. And some of those have just simply been the lack of knowledge, the lack of information, the lack of the tools to that toolbox, the keys to the kingdom. You know, we believe also that the Black entrepreneur has had a lack of social models or mentors. I was just sharing with the board of an organization I lead called Jobs for Life, and I was just sharing with them, I've been so blessed. I've been so privileged in my life to have social models, to have mentors. And one of them I lost last week, my Uncle David, police officer for 20 years, and such a man of integrity and grace and honor and respect, and like my father and so many others that I've been able to watch, to see them integrity, to see them in their work ethic, to see them show me how to treat people, how to respect people, how to give grace, and just all of these values that I have. But so many don't have those social models in their communities or in their home. And so by being a part of a community, you get access to those type of models. And then we've already talked about the lack of access and the lack of inequities. So how do we overcome that? We believe that the solutions that we want to provide through this is just that, education. And I'm not talking about just a traditional education and where that's valuable. I believe you should go to school. You should get an education. You should learn how to read and write. But in this context, I'm speaking of a self-education. What is the information that is directly related to what it is you're trying to accomplish? What are the skills that you need to be able to go out and achieve what it is you're trying to achieve? When you develop a hunger for self-education, you're saying, what skills do I need? What information and knowledge do I need to get a particular outcome? Not learning because someone else has told you this is what you need to learn. You're learning because this is what I need to learn, right? And when you can get that type of mentality, man, learning becomes fun. Developing skills becomes fun. It is just amazing what happens when you develop that. Mr. Milton, my friend, the bishop, thank you for joining us tonight. And I've already talked about it, relationships, community. Gosh, that is so important. And you're right, Mr. Milton. We are forming an army because armies go to battle, right? And battle means you have an enemy. And our enemy is the lack of education, lack of relationships, lack of access. There are certain ills out there that plague our communities that prevent us from winning. And we need an army. That army consists of you because you bring a weapon, you bring a skill, you bring an experience to the table that strengthens our army. And we refuse to win. Pam, we refuse to win. And so, guys, listen, and the other solution is opportunity. We've got to bring opportunities closer to the doorstep of those hardworking entrepreneurs and individuals, again, who just don't have exactly what they need. How do we shorten that pathway, shorten that curve, and get the opportunities to the doorstep of individuals? How do we create pathways of access, right? One of the things that we also found to be a challenge, and this is what birthed the year of the Black entrepreneur. 2020 met us with so many challenges. I talk about it. He is just celebrated the anniversary of the death of Kobe Bryant, right? Just woke us up. Maybe that was our preparation for what was to come. Then shortly after that, somewhere in February, we saw a young man taking a run in his own community, Ahmaud Arbery, get gunned down. Wow, what's going on? And it's not that it just started happening. We just now started really seeing it and seeing it too often. And then in March, we hear this young lady in her own bedroom gets gunned down, Miss Breonna Taylor. And then somewhere around May, after COVID-19 happened, right, we started hearing of this thing called COVID. We got to start shutting the country down. And, in April, unemployment spikes at 14.9%. You know the implications of that. People are without work. Unemployment lines are out the door. And so we hear this guy named George Floyd who's killed by a police officer having his knee on his neck. And it just sends the country in an uproar. Well, and on the backs of that, now again, the implications of COVID, the deaths starting to rise, the uncertainties of our education system, of government, of our schools, of our churches. And we are just living in a time and a season of so much uncertainty. And guys, things are rough. As we begin to think about what are we going to do in 2021? The way we did business before is not the way we're going to do business going forward. COVID-19 has forever changed the way we operate, do business, function, as a business, as an entity, as a country, as a world. And so I challenge entrepreneurs, go back to the drawing board and see what value you really need to be bringing to the market. See what opportunities you really need to be bringing to the market. See where you can be innovative in what you've already been bringing to the market. But I say all that to say is that when the government began to extend out to us, when local community entities begin to offer opportunities, when banks begin to say we've got to figure out a way to help people, so many were not able to reach their hands into those bags, into those buckets of resources and draw something out. So what we found was that many of the Black entrepreneurs, when access was granted, we weren't qualified. We weren't prepared to be able to take advantage of those opportunities. And so what we simply want to help Black entrepreneurs do through this movement is to develop an entrepreneurial mindset. That's a mindset of, I have to have my business in order. I have to be prepared. I have to be of the mindset that if it's to be, it's up to me. I am in control of my own destiny. I've got to take control of the outcomes in my life. Right? And so when we look outward for change and don't look inward, then we've given away our power to impact our own success. So we have to take responsibility. We have to take ownership for the results in our own life. And so by doing that, we're going to be able to shorten again that curve to opportunities. Our goals are also to close the Black wealth gap. You know, when we talk about the fact that that Blacks only control about 4% of the wealth in our country, guys, that's a problem. You know, we talk about the Black wealth in our country, somewhere around $1.2 trillion. So it's not a money problem. We earn money, we do business. So we have some challenges that we have to overcome. We want to help you to build sustainable and scalable businesses. And we want to make sure that that Black dollar circles in our community more than a half a time. You know, 6, 7, 8 times or more. It has got to begin to circulate in our community. And all those are just simply functions of behaviors that we just haven't reversed. And that's what we're up to here with the Year of the Black Entrepreneur. And so, as I mentioned earlier, we want to invite you to be a part of this community, to be a part of the Year of the Black Entrepreneur. We want to invite you to get your membership, not tomorrow, but right now. Go out to ybehub.com, explore the website, explore the benefits of this membership. If you join right away, you can plug right in right after this at 7 o'clock. We're going to be joining together with a group of Black entrepreneurs for our weekly event called YBE Tuesdays. Last week, we had our first seminar. It was phenomenal. And we're going to be having different highlight opportunities like the 28 days, community service projects like the MLK Day of Service we had last month. We're going to be having quarterly expos. And guys, listen, you got to get involved, because at the end of 2021, we are vision casters. We are visionaries. We have already planned for you a celebration and awards gala. Will you be one of the Black entrepreneurs that will walk across the stage and accept your crown because you got involved and you did the work, and now we get to celebrate your success together? So I'll close with this as we wrap up day 2 of the Year of the Black Entrepreneurs, 28 days highlighting Black entrepreneurs. I can't wait for you to hear our first guest tomorrow night and then the rest of the month. We have an incredible calendar laid out for you, and we want to make sure that you're there. Join us live every night at 6:30 to hear one of our different entrepreneurs and or sponsors that has gotten behind us, and we're grateful for all of our sponsors. We're grateful for the tech support of Tech Factory Productions. Mr. Ricardo Hicks is here with us. We're going to be with JAS Consulting at 7 o'clock as a part of the YBE Tuesdays with 97.3 Favor radio station. We're grateful for all of our supporters, our volunteers, all of you who have had a hand in helping this dream to become a reality. And so why now? Ryan, what's the excitement? Why am I seeing all of this? How dare you? What the audacity to proclaim 2021 the Year of the Black Entrepreneur, guys. It is a tremendous opportunity for you out of crisis. We said it for too long. This is my year. Well, You know, I'm 45. When is my year going to be? Well, this is your year. This is my year. We can talk about it or we can be about it. But I want to proclaim to you that this is your year. But it won't happen by accident. You've got to be intentional, and we've created an intentional model for you to win. There's an increased focus, guys, of all of our allies on this social injustice and inequities. Never before in history has there been more resources available to help the uplift of Black entrepreneurs, of Black communities, of rural communities. And so if you're standing on the sidelines saying, man, somebody ought to hand me something, maybe. I won't get into that. But what I do know is that you have the gifts and the talents to go out there and create for yourself. Anything else that comes is gravy, baby. Take that to the bank. But don't let somebody else control your destiny. Take control, okay? And I already mentioned the exposure of the unprepared Black entrepreneur. We want to prepare and position Black entrepreneurs to be able to win. I often talk to Angela and I say, look, we want our entrepreneurs to go to the bank. And when they sit down across the desk from the person who is going to say yes or no, if they say no, there's another problem. It's not your books. It's not your lack of preparedness. It is not your lack of being in position and qualification. There's another issue. And you'll be able to walk out either with a check or with your head held high. It will not be your fault. We want you to be prepared and in qualification for what is yours. And I will mention it again, guys, the fierce urgency of now. No one is coming to save you. We must take control. We must leverage the gifts and talents that God has given us and go out here and make a difference. We want to invite you to be a part of the Year of the Black Entrepreneur. Join us for the next 26 days as we highlight a different Black entrepreneur or sponsor and see where the fit is for you. See how you can be a part of a community that is growing. We have some big goals and dreams. That's the only way I know how to operate, guys. Big goals and dreams. We want you to be a part of it. If you're here and you're wondering, man, I know so many people that need to be a part of this. Don't wait 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now and say, I wish I had of. Take action today and invite them to be a part of this community. We look forward to seeing you at 7 o'clock. If you have not already joined us, we'll see you at 7 o'clock on the other side, where we're here every week for YBE Tuesdays. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. It has been a plum pleasing pleasure to be with you, and we will talk with you soon.
Yeah. That was the bomb. That music is like, that can hype up anybody. Yeah, that's gonna be played when the winners are announced. That's gonna be their music going over to accept their award. Child, them folks gonna be jamming. Oh, you can't hear me?
I can, but are we still live?
Oh no, I turned it off.
Oh, okay.
You scared me.
It's still showing on my